Hey y'all, it's Bevy of Be Ever Lovely Creations, and we are back with another episode of. Alright, so today's topic, we're going to talk about late fees, late clients, late stylists. Alright, so remember I told you when I get online, I do read or watch the different videos that people might post or read comments about some customers that are dissatisfied with their stylist because, oh my God, my stylist was late. My appointment was at 10 a.m. I showed up to her house, or I showed up to the salon at such and such a time, and my stylist was not even there yet. Or my appointment was at 10 o'clock, and when I got in there was 2 or 3 other people sitting there waiting on this stylist to get their hair done as well. I am so sorry that you have an experience like that you had an experience like that. And so I know personally for myself, whatever time we have agreed for the time of service, that's the time that I'm going to be there. I try my hardest, and 9 times out of 10, I'm here. I try to be here at least 15 to 20 minutes before my very first appointment of the morning or of the day, whatever time it is. I try to be here 15 to 20 minutes early. Why is that? Well, because you just never know. I know for me, I like to be as prepared as I can possibly be. And if I can prepare my day, I know, I got a shampoo style, I got a crochet, I got a this, I got a that. To come in prepared and not be scrambling when my client gets here, that is my goal. It also helps with the flow of service. If I come in, of course, I already told y'all that I like to set the atmosphere. I turn my music on. I got to get my products out, my shampoo, my this, my that, and whatever else that I need for my day, as much as I can, and make sure, that I have enough towels, because I do wash my own towels, capes and all that stuff, just making sure that I'm just prepared for the day. So that is what I try to do. I get here early enough, have enough time so that I can be prepared for, the first client of the day. So that's that. Now, when it comes to having a whole bunch of clients that are stacked and sitting around and waiting, I do not do that. I don't like to do that. I kind of get anxiety knowing that somebody's waiting on me. I try to, like I said, I try my best to be on time for things. But I don't like being late. And so if I have somebody that's waiting on me and they're sitting there looking at me, that puts a lot of pressure on me, and I'm just like, oh my God. I also don't like being rushed through my clients and through what I'm doing, because sometimes, you really have to give room for the service that's being done. You have to give room for, because my clients, they will change their mind. Sometimes they might say, you know what, I just want a shampoo and a blowout, or I want a flat iron. But then they change their mind and they're like, well, you know what, instead of a flat iron, I want spiral curls. Well, with the spiral curls, I got to flat iron you, I got to get you straight, and then I got to go back through and curl you a certain way, which takes an extra amount of time. So I try to, as much as possible, between clients, have enough space in between my clients, just in case. You always want to have wiggle room. There are occasions that there's still not enough time. And say, for instance, Resurrection Sunday's coming up. There's a lot of people that are going to try to get their appointments. And because it's a special occasion, because it's kind of like rush season, you try to get as many people in as you can throughout that day or throughout that week. And so I might add a few more clients on than I normally would take in a day, and try to squeeze in and last minute appointments. And just because it's the rush, and that's just kind of goes with the flow. of the job. So with that being said, if I run into something like that, whether it's a special occasion or if it's not a special occasion, where it just so happens to be that, oh my God, I did not put enough space or enough time in between my clients, I will try to, ahead of time, at least I try to in 30 minutes to an hour ahead of time, call or text my client. It's usually text. I told you I don't let you talk. It's usually text, and I will say, hey, running behind, or the client right up before you, the time is gonna run into your appointment a little bit. Do you mind coming at, let's push the time back. And usually those clients are like, oh my God, yes, thank you. I had my last client was like, thank you so much, because, I really hate just coming and sitting. I'm like, I understand, I get that, because I wouldn't want to do that either. That customer service, just think of myself. I put myself in other people's shoes, just thinking how I would want to be treated. I could be, if I know it's going to be another hour, half an hour to an hour before I have to be there, then I can, take my time a little bit. I'm talking about from a customer point of view. Or maybe they was rushing to get here because, oh my God, I'm coming from work and blah, blah, blah. Well, now they don't have to rush as much. That leads me to, what if the client is late? Well, I think I used to have, when I was in my hometown, I might have had a late fee before. And that was to try to prevent people from always showing up late to appointments, right? One of the things that I noticed here that they did not have from my hometown is traffic. Not that we didn't have traffic. However, this place that I live in Inglewood, in California, LA area, is very congested. So 5 miles here could take 20 to 30 minutes. And then if you're talking about coming from work and then it's a totally different kind of scenario. So at my discretion, I don't typically charge a late fee for someone that's being late. Now, most of my clients, they're either just a little bit late or they just ain't gonna show up. So, and when I say my clients, I mean, they're either just a little bit late, I'm running behind, of course, traffic, blah, 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 or they just either forgot about their appointment, or I had a person that scheduled an appointment and just did not show up. And so I was like, well, let me just check, because I've never done this client before, never serviced her before. And so when I called to check on her, she's like, oh yeah, I went out of town. So you couldn't call me, let me know. So I don't have a late fee, but I do have a no-show fee. I also had a client that if I waited for 3 hours, I left, I went home, I turned my phone off. I did. There's a such thing as boundaries. There's a such thing as boundaries. Now, I'm all for customer service, I'm all for professionalism, but there is still a thing for myself. Boundaries. So I think it was probably 3.5 hours later. I believe she showed up to the salon and she tried to call me. My phone was off. I waited. I sat and waited. I went home. Once I got home, y'all know us women. Once we get home, and this, whatever was going on up here, I was done for the day. I was done. I turned my phone off. And I think she called. She might have had someone from the salon call. My phone was off. It was off. And so when I did finally speak to her again, she said, you don't answer your phone. I said, I do answer my phone when I can, when I'm available. And I said, but I actually waited for you for 3 hours. I said, and you did not even let me know what was going on. Hey, I'm on my way. I'm sorry. None of that happened. So, not an actual late fee, but a no-show fee. I definitely do have enforced and in place. I mean, it's really just a matter of on both sides. Same. I'm all about balance on both sides. If I'm running late, I will do my best to try to let the customer know. Comments that I see is, well, we should be able to charge the stylist a late fee, or they should knock a certain percentage off of. Well, again, if we do our due diligence and just think of ourselves in that situation as a stylist, then hopefully we wouldn't, run into that, or someone would be gracious enough to say, you know what, you've been doing my hair and it's the bomb, I will wait on you. Or you don't do it often, I know something came up, blah, blah, blah. So, and that's kind of the same thing that I do. So grace for grace, that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed this segment. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, even about this, or maybe even about something else. And I look forward to chatting with you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the next episode. All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Like my video. Share it with somebody. Make sure that you get all the notifications for when I post something else. All right? I'll see you next time. Make sure you have a lovely day.